AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. Yeah. Hold on. Fabian Perspective. Deja un like, comentario y suscribe. AllBall, dame dato.
Listen, the playoffs is here. Are you not entertained? This is what we've been waiting for, baby.
We haven't spoken to the people, since we got the number 2 seed. Since we've been proven right, by the way.
Uno, dos seeding. Uno, doce. Let's go.
Doce no, segundo. Hold up. Major shout out. You got a big ticket, a cheap ticket here on the bandwagon. Our guy, the real K-Dot. Until you clap back at Kendrick, we got the real Kendrick. Kendrick Perkins, baby.
Look at my guy.
Yeah. What are you talking about? The real K-Dot. He's out here. He's out here clapping back, taking names. Huh? He ain't scared of none of you chumps. Specifically, you fake basketball watchers in Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, you guys. What's his name? Kenny Smith. We're coming at you.
I'm not gonna lie. Them three right now look like they belong in the Royal Rumble. Like, just imagine them three. Like, come on, man. Let's go.
They look like they belong in a buffet, bro. No disrespect, no fat shaming.
Nah, ho. I ain't gonna lie. Right now, listen. Those three right now, that's definitely, they look like they right now on the cover of barbecue sauce. I'm not gonna even lie. I mean, listen. Let me get three of those. Big shout to all them brothers.
Seen what they've done, but then guys like Barkley and Shaq, they kind of like dismiss the Knicks. They're going to get knocked out in the first round. What are they seeing that you're not seeing, that we're not seeing? Why are they down on them?
Because it's obviously they don't watch basketball.
I love it.
You heard what he said, AllBall?
It's obviously they don't watch basketball.
I love it.
I'm serious. They can't watch basketball on a consistent basis. The only time that they actually probably watch the Knicks are when they're covering the Knicks on their game night. So if you're watching the New York Knicks, there's nowhere in hell that you could just downplay the way that they've been playing the game of basketball. If you're watching the New York Knicks, there's nowhere in hell that you could downplay that Jalen Brunson has been the best player in the Eastern Conference. If you're watching the Knicks, there's no way that you could downplay that Josh Hart has been one of the best rebounding guards in the league outside of Luka Doncic. Like, if you don't watch the Knicks on a consistent basis, then you don't know. I just watched the New York Knicks come off a West Coast road trip, did phenomenal on that trip. I believe went there and got a win against Sacramento. Went and got a win, I believe, was it against the Golden State Warriors, I believe it was. Yep. And then you come back home and you get a signature win against the Celtics. And it's like, okay, like, the Celtics, they were just teeing up and getting ready for the postseason. No, they actually played everybody. And the New York Knicks made them tap out. It's a difference. So, I mean, guys that are downplaying what this Knicks culture and Tom Thibodeau is all about, they haven't been watching them.
Listen, man.
The real K-Dot.
Listen, man. I love Kendrick Perkins right now. No Diddy. He's one of the analysts that I think he realized, because in the beginning he used to say wild stuff, and I wasn't a fan. But whoever he had a talk with, and they told him, hey, man, just keep it real and be yourself. Don't play whatever game they want you to play. I think Kendrick Perkins, man, is the only analyst that's watching the games. I have no problem with what he said, and he's correct. The sad part is you have analysts that's supposed to analyze and discuss basketball, but they're not watching the games. It's either they bored, they don't love the game no more, or they're too busy. These guys are watching highlights. So big shout out to Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, legends, Hall of Famers, some of the greatest we've ever seen. But those guys are not sitting down watching basketball games. So they still going off of the big names. Because there's no way in the world you analyze and say what you say. Kendrick Perkins is watching the games. And let me tell you something. People don't like Kendrick Perkins because he's showing guys up. Because he breaks it down. Like he said, there's no way in the world. You telling me what Brunson is doing, he's not the best player in the East? What Josh Hart is doing? Are you watching? Are you seeing the coaching job Tibbs is doing? So for me, I'm glad he called them guys out because all they're going to try to do is make a joke and be funny. And, it hurts that guys like Barkley and Shaq, Kenny, you actually want to hear those guys break down film, break down games. But all they do now is it's like a comedy thing. Everything is funny, jokes, is nothing serious. So for me, I'm glad Kendrick Perkins did that. Hopefully, he lit a fire under them to where now they got to do their goddamn job. And that's teach people like us the game. Because in everybody's mind, people like us that never played at that level don't know the game. And like Shaq said, G14 classified. Shaq, how are you the president of the G14 classified talking about the game and you don't even watch the game? Once again, Shaq, how can you tell people what they can and can't discuss and you're not even I guarantee you, Shaq ain't watched a full basketball game probably in a couple years. Charles Barkley will tell you on live national TV, I don't care about this game. So, you understand what I'm saying? So, come on, man. So, big shout out Kendrick Perkins because it's not even only about the Knicks. He talks about everybody. And he breaks it down because he's watching the games. You can tell Kendrick Perkins is at his crib chilling, snacking it up like the rest of us, and watching the games. Listen, I'm pretty sure he got his man cave, 3-4 TVs going, 3-4 different basketball games, and he's watching the game. So listen, man, I'm glad that he called them guys out, and I'm going to leave you at this. He is the real K-Dot because he dropped names. Kendrick Perkins will drop your name. He ain't throwing subliminals. He ain't sneak dissing. He gonna call you out. So big shout out the real K-Dot, Kendrick Perkins.
Yo, yeah, man.
I love this video.
Yo, man. I love this video. I love this meme. We all just having fun. They get it. Cynical. Shout out to Cynical New York. Shout out to New York basketball, leaving us updated with stuff all the time. I totally agree with you. I can't give you any pushback, no Diddy, because we've seen all you fraudsters out there, and again, both sides of the spectrum. Stephen A. Smith, we know he's the number one fake Knicks fan, and then Shaq and Barkley and Becky Hammond, hey girls, still missing in action.
Yes, hold on. I'm concerned now. So please, if anybody heard or seen Becky Hammond, let her know we're concerned now. It's starting to get serious. I need to know where she at. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let's put out that APB out there for you, Becky. Come on now. The WNBA has the biggest year ever. Women's basketball bigger than ever, and you just missing in that. How you gonna do all that? But I think Shaq, the same way we call out Stephen A, we'll call out Shaq. Bro, you don't watch the games. You don't watch the games. You get paid for this. And a lot of these guys, again, with Stephen A. Smith and these dudes, Stephen A. Smith got an MVP vote. This stuff matters, man.
Yes.
This stuff matters. So I'm so glad because remember, Kendrick, to your point, Kendrick Perkins, there was a time where it was like, bro, last year you got roasted for that Joker. That Joker comment was insane. So
right.
Is it very smart and strategic for K-Dot to come out here and be like, you know what? Let me go line myself up with the craziest fan base ever. That way they could be the filter. Because now, guess what? We don't care about that Joker's thing from last year. Anybody come at you, you're well protected by the 7th Avenue front line right now, Kendrick Perkins.
Exactly.
So I see the strategy, but also he's in the right. He's watching the games. He's been holding us down from the beginning. All he's been doing is keeping it correct. Is it like an echo chamber for us because he's saying what we feel when we watch? Maybe, but at the end of the day, now people got Jalen. JJ Redick just said Jalen Brunson in his top 5 MVP voting. He wasn't in nobody's top 10 in the last 6 months besides AllBall.
Exactly.
That's it. And gotta keep it thorough. It took me a while, even with the Halliburton thing and everything like that. And I was like, yo, hold on a second. By the time the middle of the season came around, it's like, bro, Nobody's on the team. He lost everybody, and he's holding it down. And now with the second seed and everything, you guys just can't come to a conclusion. After we beat, was it Chicago? No, it wasn't Chicago that day. It was the Boston game. They see that performance, and they still feel like the Pacers can beat the Knicks. And you came to that conclusion? And it's like, Barkley, you gamble on games. You're going to gamble on the Pacers? That makes 0 sense. 0 sense. So, again, I like Kendrick Perkins because he's calling out names from other stations, other networks, his own network. He ain't playing no games. And remember, this is why, like what you said, he was an enforcer on the court. Draymond Green, the fake enforcer that we think he is because nobody's around. He wants to be Billy Badass. Kendrick Perkins did that when there was a bunch of Billy Badass on that court. Now, off the court, remember, him and Draymond was going back and forth.
Yeah,
he went in on him.
Yeah.
He tore him up.
Listen, man, Kendrick Perkins, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. In the beginning, I didn't see it. But now, TV basketball needs Kendrick Perkins. We need somebody that's just going to tell the truth. Like, we know it's fake. Everybody's fake. Everybody's lying. Nobody's watching the games. At least we got a guy that, and he's not scared to go out on a limb. He's not scared to say something crazy, and then when he's wrong, he'll admit, yo, man, I was dead wrong about that. But he's actually watching the games. He's not getting caught up in the names behind the jersey. Like I told you, he's not still saying, like, he the one that'll tell you, yo, man, LeBron and them, the pressure on them, they better win. KD, but like he's holding these guys' feet to the flame. You know what I mean? So, man, listen, big shout out to Kendrick Perkins because, of course, we happy because we great and diehard Knicks fans and he's bigging up our Knicks. But even if this was another team he was talking about, if it's true, it's true. It just so happened to be our Knicks. But once again, how are we watching and listening to people talk sports and they don't even watch the game until it's a highlight? So when Shaq, Barkley, Stephen A, when all these guys, when they talking about up and coming and right now playoffs, they still stuck on what KD and LeBron and all of them going to do because they're not even watching the game. They're not even thinking about OKC. They talk about Denver because it's clear cut. But ain't nobody talking about, okay, Sacramento, they got some bonus. Look what he's been doing. If they can sneak in, they make a beat this. They not watching it. They not watching it. That's why I would love if Curry, LeBron, and KD lose in the first round because now these guys going to be scrambling because they ain't going to have no content because they ain't watch nobody. That's why we need this to happen. Big shout out Kendrick Perkins, man, because listen, he about to make you guys watch the games and watch film. But I believe it at this. Just imagine in the first round, Giannis, Curry, LeBron, and KD all lose and don't go to the second round or don't go to the first round, though some of them guys losing the play-in. What the analysts going to do then? Because all they notes is the top guys.
Right.
You think they ever really watch Sacramento? Come on. You see they not watching the Knicks?
Exactly.
Yo, when I say they'll be scrambling for content, they watch Minnesota because of Ant-Man highlights and dunks. They not watching games. So listen, man, big shout out Kendrick Perkins, man. You gained a fan, brother. That's a fact. And when I get off this, I'm following you on all platforms. I used to give you a lot of smoke. But listen, man, you brought me around. I rocks with K. Heavy. Pause.
Should you want to get him to push that message to Richard Jefferson for you still, or about his? I'm gonna
be honest. Richard Jefferson days are numbered on TV. In a minute, he ain't gonna even be sitting there. So the universe gonna take care of that. We tired of seeing him sit there with the bald head with the button shirt open. He ain't never got nothing to say. He not funny. Get him out of there. So if you notice, we see him now maybe once a week. He don't get no. You see how Kendrick there pull him up, pause on the show and let him talk on other shows. Richard Jefferson, he ain't doing that, so we ain't even worrying about him. Listen, man.
I like Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson, he smokes good with arenas. Him and JJ Redick have a dope chemistry. I think they're trying to sneak them onto the championship broadcast, but they're scared to get Doris Burke out of there. But I just want Kendrick Perkins. It just feels like we can hang with Kendrick Perkins. Richard Jefferson is cool. Don't get me wrong. He's all right, but Kendrick is one of us. Exactly. In all sincerity. That's why when he did come out, I was initially, he was okay, but he got better. And if you really want to watch something with Kendrick Perkins, watch the interview he has with JJ Redick. It's early on, like a year and a half ago. It is dope. Before they went at it about the Joker thing. It's amazing. He tells his backstory and everything. So you already know. Hey, oh, my bad. Favorite perspective. Expected, so accepted. Deja un like, comentario, subscribe. Oh, boy, dame dato.
Come on, man. Y'all know the drill. Subscribe, man. Hit that like button, man. Share, comment, do all that stuff, man. And y'all know how we do, man. AllBall TV. We out.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.